Where are my vegetarian exhibiting Mommy's recipe, Mommy P's Kitchen, Yummy Cash, the vegetarian, the pescatarian? Welcome back to my kitchen. If you are new here, my name is Joyce. You are welcome. Today on the menu, we are going to make tofu kebab or soya bean kebab. If you want it for this recipe, it has to be extra firm and it has water or brine on it. I'm about to cut my tofu vertically and then I'll cut it into cubes. You may cut it any shapes that you want. So, story time. When I saw this recipe from Exhibiting Mommy's Recipe from Patricia Abijah, I told myself, I have to recreate this recipe because she was vibing about this tofu kebab. I mean, it did not come out and I have to travel to Ghana. And when I went to Ghana, I went to a vegan or plant-based restaurant and I asked if they have it and then they were like, sure, absolutely. So I ordered for some and let me tell you, it was so delicious. You wouldn't believe it. And then I ordered some for my mom. As you can see, I'm all done. And I'll transfer it to a bowl. Then we'll proceed with the prepping of the vegetable for the tofu kebab. These are my vegetables. I have red and green bell pepper. I have some shallots. I have red onions, ginger, and I'll be chopping some into smaller bits and some into a big chunk. So stay tuned, keep watching to see the reason why I did that. Now let's proceed to the kitchen so that we'll just add a little bit of oil to saute this vegetable and some seasoning to wake up these flavors so that it can taste good. Back to my story. So I ordered some for my mom. So when I got home, I was like, Mom, I bought you some kebab. And then she was like, oh, thank you so much. I love kebab. So now I saute it for about 2 minutes and I'll sprinkle a little bit of sweet ajile seasoning on it to wake up the flavor and the taste, like I said. So it's ready. I'll go ahead and separate the small bits from the big chunks. Yes, I say you know the reason why I did that. In a minute, I'll explain it. And then I will blend everything together smoothly for the marinating of our tofu or soya bean. So, yeah. And then if you are pure vegan, you can omit the shrimp season. I add 1 shrimp season and then use your own vegetable season. So over here, I'm all done. And this is my paste to marinate the tofu or the soya bean. I'll add just a little bit over a teaspoon of paprika and then I'll be introducing onga. Yeah, that one I got it from Ghana. I like the taste. And then a little bit of black peppercorn. You may use any spices of your choice. Give it a very good mix. I'll cover it with a cling film and then I'll put it in my fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. So this is after an hour. I'll sprinkle a little bit salt on it. But before you start deep frying it, make sure you bring it out from the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes before you start frying. That way it will not bring the temperature of the oil down so that your tofu will not absorb a lot of oil. So our tofu is frying beautifully and I fried it from somewhere 7 to 10 minutes. Yes, this recipe was inspired by Exhibiting Mommy's Recipe. So please check her out, give her some kisses and subscribe to her channel. She is an amazing chef. So after 10 minutes, this is how it is looking. Next, we are going to assemble our tofu on a skewer. So I soak my skewers and I have soya powder. And this is what I did with the big vegetable that I did not cut. Yes, because I want my vegetable to have taste with the meat or tofu, I may say. That's how I prepare my kebabs. So this is how I arrange it, or you assemble it the way you want. I do bell pepper and onion so that I can have every bite of everything. Yes. So like I said, I gave the tofu to my mom and I said, Mom, how do you think about that tofu? And then she was like, we are lucky pa mavu and nam papa and I'm there. And then she was like, you are so lucky they give you a good part of the meat. So yeah, I'm sprinkling my soya powder on it. And just so you know, soya contains peanuts. So if you're allergic to peanuts, you have to take note of this. And if you are wondering where to get soya powder, you get it in any African shop. So now what you want to do after you sprinkle your soya powder, add a little oil in the soya powder and then smear it on it just like so. If I don't tell you it is tofu, will you believe it? Just look at it. Take a look. I'm about to give you one right now. It's so delicious. Please try it. So then I just put it back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes and I brought it back. Yes, because everything is already done. Just look at that. And we always serve it like a boss. And if you are wondering about the taste, it tastes meaty, it tastes spicy, it tastes juicy. Oh, it's so delicious. It's just like chicken. And this is another recipe for my plant-based family. Please try this recipe. You will not be disappointed. So my wonderfuls, I hope you like the tofu. I call it tofu bouquet. I hope you are inspired to try it. So back to my mom's reaction to the tofu kebab. I finally told her it was tofu kebab and she was like, shut the front door, girl. That was so good.